Well, I think the fact that we're starting to think about a digital development plan is extremely important. And I think it should be focused in on jobs. And I think there's three areas where a small country like Ireland can scale extremely quickly and really get people focused on the green economy, on education and on healthcare. And I think if we did something very practical, like took all of the highly literate IT people that are losing their jobs unfortunately in today's market and got them focused on improving IT in our healthcare systems, in improving IT in education and improving IT in the whole green technology area, that would be a very practical and very pragmatic step forward to, number one, creating jobs, and number two, moving us from being a laggard in IT in Europe to actually being one of the leaders. So to build a 21st century infrastructure, clearly you've got the physical elements like broadband, which is lagging behind the rest of Europe. It is improving, but it's lagging behind. And then you have the people element and the usage element. And so in the people and usage element, I think our focus, if we really want to be successful, I think our focus has to be educating people on how to use these technologies and creating jobs that actually use these technologies very quickly. So once again, I would say focusing in on our healthcare system and saying, let's digitize our healthcare system, get the talents from the people who are in the job market today, who've lost their jobs, who are fantastic people and have got great brain power and great attitude, and get them focused on improving and putting a digital plan for our healthcare system into play. That wouldn't just, improve our digital lifestyles, it would improve people's lifestyles and probably save some people's lives and help people from a social point of view. Secondly, I think if you look at the whole education space, and I'm very conscious that there are great efforts being made right now to improve the use of computing in schools, and that's something that's very welcome. But I think if you look beyond that and say, how could Ireland create jobs and create a business in the whole online education space? I mean, if you look back in our history, you go back to the island of the land of saints and scholars, we had a lot of legacy and we've had a lot of great educational legacy over the years. Now is our time to build on that and become, the creator of digital content for education. So I think there's actually big business opportunity and jobs opportunity for Ireland, and I think if we push this national digital development plan concept forward without the focus on jobs, we'll have done ourselves a disservice. I'll tell you a story. I mean, we launched a program called BizSpark globally recently, which is a program for startup tech companies, young tech companies, and we had the highest sign-up rate in Europe was in Ireland for those companies. So almost 200 companies signed up. So it tells me that there is latent need and desire and attitude and ambition and courage to start up tech companies in particular and to start businesses from Irish people. And I think the chances are very high that in 10 years' time, or 15 years' time, our children will be working for small companies. The chances that they'll be working for small companies will be much higher than working for multinationals, because we are a small company, a small business nation. We have more than 200,000 small businesses, and it's only going to increase. And the thing that can give a small company big company scale or big company reach is technology and is this digital platform. So I think the best thing we could do for small companies is give them the access to the rest of the world and level the playing field with the rest of the world by investing in this digital infrastructure that they so badly need. So I think when you look at a small open economy, you look at Ireland and we have 4.5–5 million people in the Republic of Ireland, and we'll never scale to the hundreds of millions in Europe. We'll never compete with the hundreds of millions in the Far East. Except if we use technology very well, we can scale this country and scale our impact and our business impact and our business influence across the EU, which is a very important market for us and a very important social market for us as well as business market for us, and beyond, because today we're competing with not just countries in the EU for investment and for business, but countries, you know, way outside the EU. And so unless we can scale and improve our productivity through technology, we'll continue to suffer. So we have a great chance, actually. We're at an inflection point, I think, in this country over the next 2 years, where we can decide with a lot of courage that we actually want to achieve our aspiration of becoming a fantastic business nation and creating a society from that which is truly open, very innovative, and helps people regardless of their health or their wealth or their location, helps people to play their part in society. And I think technology is the key enabler of that. Whether you're a school child, or whether you're a pensioner, you're a person who's lost their job, you're a person working, technology can improve your life. Whether you're a business, small, medium or large, technology can connect you with the rest of the world and level the playing field. So we're not in a one country economy anymore. We are in a global economy. Whether you work for a small company or whether you work for a big company, you're competing for services, for people, for business all around the world. And the digital economy can make that happen for you. So our strengths in Ireland are many, but I'll just call out three which jump out to me. The first is the talent that we have in this country. And we have a really strong base of extraordinary people, actually, who with great leadership and the right investment model behind them, can achieve a huge amount, a really huge amount. And we can scale up beyond the small size that we are in the world and have huge influence through our talent. The second, I would say, is the legacy we have of 25, 30 years of US multinational investment. Because in the economy, in the new economy we're in today, debt and leverage have kind of been replaced by very strong management and focus on productivity and focus on innovation. So the learning that people who have worked in US multinationals have gotten here in Ireland over the last 20 years around productivity, around innovation, around people management and people leadership is very, very exciting. And I think that's a huge asset that a lot of us don't recognize actually until we see it in practice. And the third asset or strength I think we should be really playing up is our membership of the European Union. You know, we've a market of 500 million people on our doorstep. We have unfettered access to that market across the 27 countries, and we have a great ability to influence where the EU wants to invest and where the EU wants to grow economically as well as socially. So I think the Lisbon Agenda is extremely important from an investment point of view, and the Lisbon Treaty from a EU governance point of view is extremely important that gets passed. So I would call out talent, the legacy of US multinationals, and the EU as the three key strengths we have.